Hi, it's Eldar. Welcome to another video, and today is gonna be very different from what I usually do. And as you might know, I was planning to do a live stream. And during this live stream, I was going to show you how to build an Apple website, a web page from Apple website from scratch without coding using Blocs app. I'm not home at the moment and I don't have the fast internet connection here. So instead of live stream, I will pre-record everything right now and share it as a video on my YouTube channel. So it will be a very long video and I won't even edit it. I will not edit it unless something like big happens during the recording. And I'm doing that for two reasons. First of all, I don't really have a lot of time to edit this. And the second, I want to show you the whole process. The whole process I go through when I build a website. And I want to show you if I have some problems or struggles, how I go about fixing them. And if I will find some difficult part of the website, I will try to find a solution live during this video. So it will be a bit long, and well, if you gonna watch this until the end, which is probably not gonna happen, get some popcorn and enjoy the video. So I have already actually selected the page I want to rebuild. It's on the Apple website, but I did that like 5 minutes ago because I wanted to save all of the images on my computer before starting that. But I will show you how I come about selecting the video. So it was I was going through the pages we have on the Apple website, and the Apple Card website looked very good. So probably I might build something like this for my templates, for example, for Blocs templates in coming weeks or months. But for this video, I have decided to build the Apple developer website. And the reason why, because I just love Apple developer conferences, WWDCs. These are my most favorite events. And you can see that I'm a big fan of Apple hardware, software as well, but hardware. And I like WWDC because like during the fall, when we have all of these announcements of MacBooks, like iPads, iPhones, it only means that there is some big new toy, some hardware, and if I want it, I need to spend lots of money to get it. So I usually buy Apple products once every like 4 or 5 years. I mean, like for Mac, for example, for iPhone, maybe 2 or 3 years, depending on how well it is holding up. Right now, my iPhone is all cracked, by the way. Yeah, it's iPhone 10, I think. Yeah, it's like 2.5 years. For me, it's kind of a long time. But for WWDC, the good thing is like we get announcements of new features and basically new capabilities for the devices I already have in my hands. So this is why it's my favorite event. And well, I love software, I love blogs and other apps, so it's a very exciting event for me. So this is the page they have for this WWDC. It's a bit too simple for this video, not as crazy as, let's say, for example, iPhone SE, which is also a good web page, but which will take longer. And I don't want to talk in this video for like 5 hours. So what I decided is to build the regular Apple developer website. And as you can see here, we have the simple but beautiful structure, some sections. You can see they're all clickable. There is no button or link, they're all clickable sections. And this is why, if you haven't already, you can go back to my previous video and I posted a tutorial on creating the whole clickable columns or cards in Blocs. So this is the technique I'm going to use to build this type of sections. And we have these half screen sections, these gradient backgrounds, and we have the couple of simple sections. I think that this is a good type of website. It's not too boring, but simple enough for me to show you how to build in this video. So before we start, just a couple of things I want to make clear. First of all, I'm going to try to build it as close as possible, but I'm not going to build everything. For example, even though I can use the site search brick we have in Blocs, I'm not going to put the search on this web page. And of course, I'm not going to build the deeper pages. I'm only going to build the landing page for Apple Developer website. And finally, there are many ways to achieve the same goal using apps. So it's the same for everything. It's for web design and for life in general. So for this website as well, there are many ways to build the same element. For example, even these half screen sections here, we can make them using cards, columns. We can pre-made the images in Photoshop and put all of these images inside the Photoshop and then just use it as an image background here, this text over it. We can use these classes, for example, to make the gradient background and make it similar. So there are many ways, and what I'm going to show you in this video is not necessarily the best way, and it's not even the way I might be doing it myself, because I don't use freehand controls a lot when I use Blocs. And as you know, freehand controls allow you to easily change the position of the elements on the screen. Very cool. But for me, as you know, I build Blocs templates and I can't use freehand controls in Blocs templates because I need to mark everything I do, the specific class name, and I want it to be as clean as possible for my customers. So in this video, I will be using freehand controls time to time, but yeah, there are many ways to do the same thing. So without further ado, I will start to build this website. And here I have the images for this page, about 10 images, like 10, 15 images. And they're all optimized because Apple have already optimized them. So I'm just going to use this. And of course, I don't own any copyright to all these images or the content. So this is only for educational purposes. So without further ado, let me open Blocs and I will create the new project. And here, of course, I have lots of templates installed, but we will start from scratch. And by the way, you might seen already my Mac Mini website design. If we go to Blocs templates, was it Macintosh? Yeah, I have made this template. It's not available for purchase because once again, I don't have the copyrights, but you can get it for free if you want. I will leave the link in the description below. And I have already built the Apple website before, which looks cool like that, but well, it's another website today. It's Apple developer website, but I will be leaving the link to this Macintosh template if you want to get it for free in the description below the like button. So if you like this video, even though it's boring and long probably, please give it a like because I did prepare to do that for a long time, so hopefully it will be helpful to you. So I will be creating the new project, and well, let's start the navigation. So it's a simple navigation. We have just the image logo and a few links and search bar. So like I said, I'm not going to build the search bar, but I will be building the regular links. And by the way, I'm not going to explain everything I do here in this video because it will take so long, very boring. If you want to learn how to do all these details, all this little stuff, of course, check out the Blocs Master, blocsmaster.com. And here I have hundreds of tutorials. I'm sure you already know about this, but if you haven't already, you can check it out because, well, I teach pretty much everything you need to know about Blocs. So navigation, I will be using the image from Apple's website. So we have this SVG icon, not icon, image. I will just drop it here, and as you can see already we have it on our website, and I will change the size to make it similar. Okay, then we have 6 links, so let's I will switch to, of course, manual mode, source to none, select the link and duplicate it 5 times. I will be using the, I think, scroll to target to make these links. I won't be using the design, develop and everything. I will be just using the navigation to scroll between the sections on this one page. We will change the links later. For now, let's just add the class. Let's name this dev nav and add this class to all the links we have. So, well, I could have done that before duplicating it. It would be better, but yeah, well, like I said, I'm not going to do everything perfect this time. I will be just going through and building as I would doing it myself. So Apple's website has lots of space between the links, so let's do something similar here. 20, 20, well, my favorite number, 28. For now, let's leave it like that. We will change the links and then we will get some other design here. So next, we're going to build this banner. So for the image, well, actually, let me just drag all of the images I already have here to the page, to our asset manager. So we will import all of the images to our Blocs project like that. Well, I have already imported the logo, so it says that it is a duplicate. Okay, so now I don't need this folder here. I will close it and I will continue to build this page. So this is something I think they are using for, well, oh, they changed it to other one. So I will be using, okay, I need to download the new image here because it wasn't here when I was saving the images. I guess they updated it right now. So let's go and download the image, and I will be doing that using the WebKit inspector we have here. So let's see and find this image. This is the image we have, right? Yep. So it is kind of small. Let's see if we can get this image better. And they have the responsive images for all breakpoints, and obviously I don't want to go for each breakpoint and change all of the images in this video because it will take too long. But let's see if we have the bigger version of this image. I think it will be fine. So let's put this image on desktop. Let's put this image on desktop and check how big it is. Okay, it's big enough, it's good quality enough. So I will be also dropping this image to Blocs. Okay, like that. And obviously it's not what we have on Apple's website. And by the way, you can see what I'm doing here. I don't have the wide screen at the moment, so I'm just stretching the window, and you can see that I'm actually stretched it wider than the width of the website. It's not edge-to-edge website design because you can see that it is actually ending like about like 2,500 pixels wide, and then they have just white space. So I will be probably doing something similar for my website as well, but it's nice to know that they do that, or here as well. So they don't have it edge to edge, and depending on that, it will change how we work in Blocs as well, because we cannot just use the edge to edge design here anymore, because it means that these two halves will be stretched too wide and it will look terrible. So yeah, let's go back and stretch it to the right size, okay, for our screen. So I think that what we will do here is have the black background and the image under the text. So let's go back here. We don't want to use the background, we just want to make it black. So I will add a couple of classes, and to make sure that I'm using the same exact color, I will just use this swatch to create the same color, and it is, well, it is just black, so it is not different for sure. And here we will use the H1 for WWDC20. So how do I make the symbol in blocks? Okay, so Apple, I think we have the Apple logo somewhere here. Not sure what it is. Give me 1 second. Okay, so we need to put a symbol here, and well, I'm going to just Google it. Apple symbol, and I will just copy that. I do that time to time when I want to put some symbol and I don't want where to get it from. I just copy this from Google and it will be the same. So we'll WWDC20. Okay, let's do that, WWDC20, and we will of course align it to the center, holding Option key, so it will be happening for all breakpoints at the same time, like that. And well, let's make it white and type the June 22, 26. Very excited about this year's WWDC. I heard about the new iMac they might be introducing, very cool, hopefully. Okay, so June 22, 26. So no spaces, just the text. Maybe we will change that to heading 4. Yeah, like that. And by the way, about the fonts, I can use the same exact font as Apple, but well, for this video I will just be using the default one, or Lato. Maybe I will change it later to Lato. So let's place the image brick here and the image we just downloaded. And obviously this is much wider than they have on their website. So there are many ways we can stretch this image. We can add the class to this image and make it smaller, or we can use the column width and offset settings, which is one of my favorite features in Blocs. So I think something like that will be the best. And well, they don't have lots of spaces around the image, so 20 is fine, but because we need more space up top, once again we can just select the row and change the margin like this. It will be only applied to the top, or we can press Shift and just do that, just add the freehand controls. So for this video I will just be using margin like that. And yeah, I think it looks pretty similar already. So we need to change the fonts. So let's change fonts to Lato. Everything Lato 400. And this is the H1. So let's actually add the class for H1. H1, of course, it will be for heading 1. And right now it is just set to Lato, but we also want to make this bigger, I think. Something like 60, maybe not 60, maybe 50. Yeah, 50. And let's make this bold like that. So it looks similar. We don't have a lot of space on Apple's version. Okay, well, maybe we have too small image. Okay, let's go to image to browser preview to see exactly how different our web page is, and we can adjust everything very easily here. So let's change the margin under this image as well, and we probably need to make this bigger. So let's make this 8:2 like that. And we can also make this, now we can also make this maybe close enough or not close enough. So here another thing, I think that it would be better if we, well, we can edit this image to make it a little bit smaller, so we don't have lots of space on top. And well, we can, like I said, we can build this many different ways. We can make this image. Let's try another way very quickly. Let's make this image as a background. We'll get rid of that. And obviously this is not what we want, but I will show you just this time how different we can make this work. And what I will do here, I will try to test something. Test class. What if I make the maximum width for this block? What if I make this something like, not padding, width, something like 100 or 600. Okay, and let's align it to the center. Okay, let's change the background to black. Okay, can't do that because we did not set the black as our background image color. So I think that what I'm going to do now is actually, I'm going to edit this image very quickly. I think that it will be the easiest way. So I will just open it in the preview and quickly crop the image so I don't have lots of space above the image. I will save that, export, and let's make this banner image. Let's make this JPEG. Okay. That's it. That's all I'm going to do now. Let's add this to Blocs project. Blocs. And here let's add the local asset banner, our new image. So now I'm going to drag this under here, and I'm going to get rid of the text again. And actually now I'm going to change the size of this image a little bit. So let's add the banner image class this time. Well, we don't need to type class, but I've done that anyway. And before changing the size, let's go to preview to see, oh, I think we don't even need to change that too much because I think it actually looks very cool already. So let's just maybe adjust the padding a little bit, make it even smaller. And for the row, let's make this margin higher. So on top of that block, we have more space. So let's go back to our preview. And I think that actually it's already very close to what we need. So I will be satisfied with that. So I will leave it as it is. And now let's actually make this a little bit smaller for our top navigation, because I think Apple is using very small one. Yeah, something like that. Okay, it's going great for now. Not without struggles, like I said, but I'm not going to edit this out of this video for you. So you know how I go about things, fixing things. So the second one, I will try to go faster from now on, so I don't bore you to death. Okay, so I will copy that text, and under the banner I will add the new banner, the new block, sorry, and let's make this a regular block. And as you can see, I placed this under the blue line, so it means it's in the global area. I don't need that in the global area, so I will just press Option Command up, as you can see, to move the blocks, and I can do that like anytime. Even after I create the page, I can just move all of the sections between the different parts of the page to change it to how I like it. So I will be using heading 2 for the headings for the sections here, for the titles of the sections. For this I used heading 1 because I want it to be the SEO title, because you know you only need to use H1 once on your page, and you need to put the most important keywords and title of your page using H1. So for H2 I will be using for the section titles. So this is what I've done here, Apple platforms, and under that I will be using just the regular text and I will post all of the links I have like that. And let's actually make links right away. I will select each link here, each word here, and create the text links just like that. And I know right now it doesn't look like what we have on Apple website, but we will add a class to each of these links. Let's say this is the dev link, and I will add that to all of the links we have here. And now I will change the design for these links. So I will make this blue, of course. So let's use the aqua. Well, I will make this the exact color Apple uses, and I can do that by selecting the color here and using this little tool to check what Apple is using for their color. You can see now we have the hex color, and let's click done. Okay. And I will add this to all links so it looks similar to Apple. And I will add margin to this link as well, because we want it to be something like that. Okay, so Apple platforms, let's change the section title, and here I will make this 50. We used 50 for the H1, so let's make 45 here. And we make it bold, of course, and we will make it black like that. So it is kind of similar to what we have on Apple's website. And if we go to preview, it's easier to see from here. Yeah, Apple using less margin for less padding for the actual pages, and they using quite bigger font there. So we are using Lato 700 or maybe even Lato 900. Let's check if it is better. Okay, maybe 700 is better, so I will be using Lato 700, and I don't want it to be very black because it looks like Apple is using not exactly black, something similar. Okay, we're getting there. So I think that for the text, for the regular paragraph text, we need to have something bigger. So let's type P, which stands for paragraph, and we will increase the size to 16, 18, I think. For Lato, I think 18 works the best. Yeah, 18. And right now I'm not optimizing everything for different breakpoints right away, but I might come back to this later if this video is not too long, which I'm afraid it will be. Okay, and as you can see, actually this section is different color. We have this white line between the two sections, but then we have this gray color for the background. So let's add quickly the image. Actually, not under the column, I will add it under the text here. Image, Apple platforms, I think this image is there. Okay, and let's probably make this 10:1 like that. Let's add a little bit of padding under the text, not too much. And yeah, obviously we can see that this image is not white, it doesn't have a white background. So we will create a new global swatch, and we will just copy the color we have here. So now we get the perfect looking image. Okay, so now we will actually do something very important for this website. As I showed you, Apple is not creating this edge-to-edge design here. It is ending somewhere, so I will be doing the same to all blocks, I guess, to all sections of our website. So I will be starting this one. I will add the block class, and I think we actually can change the default class. Let's try to do that. I think it is block, and I'm not sure if this is something we can do here. So let's try to type something small first, 500. Yeah, it might work actually. Let's try to make this 2500. No, we need to change the maximum width, okay? And 2500 looks like too much, maybe 2200. We will align it, of course, to the center, like that. So let's preview that in the Safari. And once again, I will be stretching this page using this technique. And as you can see, we're getting the same result as Apple's website. And obviously they have it a little bit bigger than 2500, 2400, or how much did I put there? Let's open block. Yeah, let's make it 2400. I think 2400 is similar to what Apple is using on their website. Yeah, this is perfectly fine for me. And I think we can add the white border to the block class as well, but then again, it's not for all of the pages, all of the sections they have here. Not all of them have it, as I see. So what I'm going to do is actually create another class to add this white border to a block. So let's add the class to this block. I will name this white border, and I will just add the margin. Let's say, well, actually let's make it top for now, just top margin 20, 15. Let's once again open it in browser to compare between the Apple's version and our version. So yeah, I think it's quite similar. 15 is fine. Okay, so basically we have accomplished the design for this section already. So we need to change how it how it changes depending on different device sizes. As you can see, it jumps on Apple's website as well. And of course, in Blocs, we can use the column width and offset settings to achieve the same effect. So it is how it looks on desktop, almost exactly the same as Apple's website. So here on the smaller breakpoint, wait a second, let me check something. So I see that on some breakpoints, the text is wider than the image. And what it means, if you know how to use column offset settings, it means that we need to use the column for this image separately from all of the other content here. If it doesn't make any sense, just look what I do. I will just, let's go to large breakpoint first. I will select the column, duplicate it, and I will get rid of the text from the second column and get rid of the image from the first column. So now I have two columns, one for text, one for image. And the reason I've done that is because I want to be able to change the size differently for each breakpoint, for image and for text. So for the small breakpoint, I will make this image even smaller, like narrower than the text is here. So I think something like this. And if we go to Apple's website again, yeah, I think this is something. And of course, you can see that the text is also responsive, and I haven't done any optimization to text yet. So let me actually do that. So I have the section title, and I'm going to adjust it for each breakpoints. And as you know, all of the elements on our website which has this class will be automatically changed. So I only need to do this once, and then all of the changes will be applied to all elements which has this class applied to it. So I will just quickly change that to all breakpoints. Let's make this 35 here, and on mobile well, we can leave it as it is. So maybe on here we can make it a little bit bigger, 45, and here we'll have 50. Perfect. Okay, so I think that our page is going pretty good, and for now it takes us longer than needed, than I would love to, but as we go further it will be faster because we can duplicate things a lot. So for example, for the next column I will just duplicate it and copy the text. So I can copy it here, so Xcode 11 and Swift UI and Swift UI like that. And okay, I need to type here a lot, so instead of the links I will add the paragraph break, align it to the center as always, or maybe even change it to heading 4, and I will type the text we have here. Once again, sorry for not editing this video, but this is the first time I'm actually doing that, and hopefully somebody will appreciate the way I'm doing this, because to be honest, as you know, English is my third language, so make lots of mistakes when I talk, and hopefully I won't make too many in this video because I'm not gonna edit it. But yeah, you can see that it looks pretty similar already. We don't need the color for this block here, it's just white, so let's change it to white, and let's change the image, and we will be using the, I think it's, do we have this image? Oh, I think it's Xcode like this. And once again, it looks like this image is smaller than the text, even on the large breakpoint. So I will select the column and make it 8 to 2, something like that. Let's add a bit more margin between the image and text. Perfect. I will go to other breakpoints quickly to see how it looks. So maybe we can make this 8 to 2 here. Yeah, it looks perfect for all breakpoints. So this is it for this section. So for this section, I think we will be just duplicating again the first one and change it to Mac Catalyst. Cool new technology Apple is building into their Macs, which will allow them to use the iPad OS applications on Mac. And I heard that they are bringing the ARM processors to the Mac. Hopefully this will give us amazing battery life and faster performance. Okay, so I haven't been talking to camera for many minutes now, and the reason is because my Canon M50 does have time limit on how long I can record at once. So I will turn it on a little bit later and talk to you guys. Okay, so for now let's just look at my screen, and I will add the margin, and let's replace the image this one. As you can see, we're going pretty fast now, and I think that we're getting very close to the important, interesting part of this half screens, which is completely different. So now I turned on the camera back so you can see me probably. Let's check how our site looks until now. As you can see, if I wouldn't tell you that this is made in Blocs, you might be like mistaking this for Apple's website. Okay, let's make this same width, maybe 8 to 2, and yeah, it looks fine for all other breakpoints. Okay, so we need to optimize this one as well. 10.1, I will do 10.1 here as well. And you know what I'm doing this, I'm using the grid, which is always 12 in total. So we have, if we have the width set to 6, it means that we have 6 left for like offset on each side. And because we want it to be aligned to the center, I'm using the, so if it is 6, it's 3 on each side. If it is 10, it's 1 on each side, for that reason. Once again, if you want to learn this all in detail, check out Blocs Master Tutorials or just the videos I have on this channel. There are lots of free tutorials for you to learn web design these blocks. Right away, you can see that our navigation is a bit not very good on the MD breakpoint. So let me quickly jump to our navigation and change the margin within the links because it is too wide now. Let's change it to 20, 15. Okay, looks perfect. Let's go to another breakpoint, and from this small breakpoint I will be using drop down menu, so it's okay to leave it for now like this. Okay, so we have make catalyst. Is it optimized for all breakpoints? Yes, it is. So next I will be building the half screen design. We have here card design, and there are many ways to achieve this, like I told you, but I'm going to use cards inside the 2-column brick, and I will be stretching them edge to edge, and then we have the block class edited so they are not completely stretched. So it might not make any sense if you just listen to what I'm saying, but now I will show you. So I will be changing the, I think the first block I have 50 padding. We won't have any padding here, and I think I will add a border like this, and I will make this edge to edge. Let's check how Apple is doing mobile optimization here. So we can see that on medium devices it's still 2 cards. It's still 2 cards here until we get to something like probably SM breakpoint on blocks. The 2 breakpoints we have here, so this one and this one, will have just 1 column, but starting from MD and of course large, we will have the 2 columns. So to do that, what I usually do, I will go to the smallest breakpoint. So we want to have 1 column here, so I will just leave it as it is. Let's make this 12. And then for the MD, I will make the width 6. And this way it will also affect the large. So I don't need to do that many times. I can just start from mobile first and then go back to desktop. And here let's add the card, sorry. So we have some white padding here as well. Okay, let's add the card without anything, without borders. We'll get rid of the borders and corners like that. And let's quickly, oh, I can't copy the text here, so I need to type it again. So forgive me for not typing too fast sometimes. So I will add the section 2 H2 title here. Maybe we'll be using the same one. No, this one is bigger, the section title we had before, so this one will be a little bit different. So augmented reality, I will quickly type the text here. So I will be adding the new class to this section title here. Let's name it card title, and once again it will be Lato 700, and let's make it once again lead, not completely black. It will be 21, 21, 21 if it comes to hex color, and a little bit bigger, 30, no, 40, yeah, 40. Let's make it 40, and this time right away I will optimize it for different breakpoints. 35, and here I will leave it at 45, and for mobile 30, well, 30 will be fine for mobile. So I will be using this. Use that. Okay. I think that for text here it's a bit smaller when we have above there, so I will be just using the paragraph and maybe make it a little bit bigger. So to do that, of course, I can use freehand controls like that to make it. So it's 4 rows for Apple. But look what I'm going to do now. I'm going to add a class to this card. Let's name this AR card. AR card. And we will be doing some very interesting stuff here. First of all, we will add the padding to all sides. Let's make this 50. No, it's closer to what we need. Let's keep it at that for now. And I will add the color to this text so it's visible. And now that we have this card, we can actually also apply how do I say that, background color gradient. So to do that, of course, I will be using once again this cool little tool we have in color swatch. So we will be applying the gradient to this class. As you can see, it is by default black to white. So we will copy the darkest part of this, and then we will go back to second color and copy the lightest part of that. So I think this is quite similar now to what apples have, considering the color of this card. Let's actually change the direction. You can see that right now they have the white here and yellow in this bottom right corner. So I don't have my external display here, so this is what I need to do to make this work. So something, I think, like 325. No, okay, yeah, 320. Well, let's make my favorite number here as well, for 328, and it looks pretty similar. Of course, this is what we will do for now, and we need to add the image. So let's add the image brick here, and we will be using the AR kit image they have on their website. And for this image, I will just be using freehand controls. Usually I will add a class and manually adjust everything, but for this video, I will be just doing that. Okay, it was very quick. I think that this image needs to be a little bit smaller, like that. So to check exactly if it is what we need, I will once again go to browser preview and check it, compare it to Apple's website. Okay, so important stuff we need to change. You can see that on Apple's website, the text is never getting wider than this box here. To do that, once again, we can use a few techniques, and I'm going to use well, I can actually just adjust this style here. I will use the card text name for this class. And what if we set the max width for this text? Let's change it to something smaller so we can see that it is working. 300, 400, 500. Okay, let's make this maximum 500, align it to the center. And now let's go back to our browser, and as you can see now, it is not getting wider than 500 no matter where we go. So I think this is much better and similar to what we have on Apple's website. Okay, we have the white borders on each side on Apple website, so perfectly fine and similar to what we have in our project now. So I will be increasing the speed for all other parts here. We have 6 of them, and I want to do that so slow for each of them. So let's quickly do that. We can use different techniques. We can just select this column and duplicate it like that. And obviously here we have some new problem that this padding is not between the cards is not as big as on our website. So let's select the row and get rid of the gutters so we don't have them at all. And now I'm going to add some adjustments to this class. So first of all, let's check if the padding is right for all breakpoints, because I think 50 will be too big for other breakpoints. So let's make it 30 here and 30 here as well. For mobile, I think we don't need padding at all, maybe 10 max. Now let's just make this 0 on mobile, because I don't want it to be too narrow. Okay, so right now we can go to Apple website to see how their website is adjusting. Okay, the image is staying pretty small on all breakpoints, so we need to go back to our page here and change this image. And as you can see, because it is using the same class here, just changing for all breakpoints. So let's go back here, make it a little bit smaller. It's fine here and fine here. Okay, so for text, let's make it smaller a bit for different breakpoints. Okay, so I'm still working on the same card here, and because it is duplicated, all of the changes are applied to all other cards. So let's add the simple border here. Let's make it white. We will add the simple solid border, 10 pixels wide, and for now let's make it black. And once again, because we disabled the border, we can't see it, so I will enable it back like that for all cards we have here. And I already can see that 10 pixels is too much, but we will come back and change that to maybe 6 or even 5. Okay, 5 pixels is better. Let's change it to white, the one we need here, white like that. So let's go back to here, and okay, so on Apple website we have, I think, a bit bigger, but the spacing here is actually similar to what we have on top. So another thing we need to change. So for this block, we will not be using white border class. We will be using something different. And I will be opening this class again. And let's make this 7. But on top, we will have 14. And on bottom, we will have 0. Let's go back to see how it looks now. It looks exactly like on Apple's website. So I'm not sure if I need to actually rebuild all of the sections we have here, because they're basically using the same design, same structure, and this video will get too long, I think. But let me just quickly change one. Let's try this one. So this will be machine learning. I will leave the text as it is. Okay, well, I'm trying to be lazy here. I will type the text. Okay, so I will be changing that to core ML. Oh, different thing we need to see here. I can see that because I use the less text for this one, you can see that it is now not the same. And of course, we can change that using different techniques. We can select this card and set the exact size we want for the height. So we can set it to be exactly what we want, and it will be the same. Or we can select the column and use this alignment option, which will always make this card the same size. I think this is what I'm going to do here, like that. And like I said, I'm not going to rebuild all of these sections because it will take more time. I'm going to copy this class and just change the colors. Let's go to class manager. I will duplicate the class. Sorry if you didn't see that. And I will rename this to ML core. ML core. Okay, so now we come back to this second card, delete the class we had, and add the ML core class, the new class. and we will change the colors now. Once again, I will be just using our cool little trick to copy the color from Apple's website. Because I don't have the wide screen here, I will be just stretching everything. So we have selected the second card, we have ML core class here, and I'm going to copy the colors. So one, and for the second one, it will be something like that. Okay, it was very painless this time. So let's make this, okay, let's make this regular size, and we will come back to our class here, to our project here, sorry, and as you can see we have basically the same design as on Apple's website. Okay, you can see that something is not right, and this is what I was talking about. I'm going to fix the problem live here with you together. So it looks like this is not affecting these classes, only the one we have, the first three one. So I think that it is related to the fact that we changed this. Maybe let's go back to preview mode. Yeah, so we can't use this technique here, so let's select all the columns and get rid of this setting. I will find some different way to change this. So let's go back to preview, and now it looks much better. So what I will do now, of course, I will be just setting the maximum size, for not maximum size, I was setting the exact size I want for these cards, exact height. So let's make that 500, 600, so 580. So I will make it 580 for the second class as well. So 580. So now, no matter what I do, it will be the same on all breakpoints. Of course, so to make this smaller, I will need to go to other breakpoints and adjust the size. I think for now it looks actually fine, not bad. And maybe here we can change it a little bit, make it a little bit smaller on mobile breakpoint. Yeah. So I will go to other breakpoints, and okay, so this card title is not bold for some reason on this breakpoint. We can make it bold. And okay, so it looks like it is not tall enough. So let's adjust that. We can do two things. First of all, we can change the padding, make it a little bit smaller for this breakpoint, for 25 maybe. And once again here 30 was fine, so let's make this 30. So 25 only for MD breakpoint, and let's make the height 600 here, not 6600, just on this breakpoint. On these breakpoints we want it to be, I think even 500 might work here. Yeah, 500 for this breakpoint, and for smallest, okay, for smallest 500 won't work. Let's make this 600. 580, what we had before. So, and because right now I have already two classes, this one is different, I need to adjust it the same way. So the good thing will be to do that before duplicating the class, but for now I can remember everything I changed. I changed the padding to 25, and I changed it back to 30 here, and I changed the height to 500 for this breakpoint, and for smallest one I made it 580. And I think that 580 is too much for this one, so let's make it 500. Let's leave it here because on mobile it's better, we don't have too much useless space. So we are almost ready here. So I will be leaving all of the other breakpoints, all of the other cards as they are. Okay, I think that it is pretty good. So this is Apple's website, right? Well, you can see that I'm already like confusing which one is Apple's website, which one is mine. Not my website, but my work. Okay, let me quickly build this couple of blocks here, and I will try to wrap up this video in about 20 minutes or something. Okay, so let's quickly add one block, and it will be gradient looking block. So let's select this block, and it will be the App Store block, App Store. I'm adding the class because I want to add the gradient color to this block. But first, let's add the App Store icon very quickly. Explore the news and everything. I will just copy that. We can copy that, fortunately. So, and I will put the text like this. Let's get rid of that, and I will be using the H3, I think. I haven't used it yet. Oh, actually H4, I think. Yeah. And once again, let's align it to the center, everything. And you can see that this link has the same design as the link we had here. So what it means is very cool. We can, first of all, create link and then just add the class we created, dev link, and it looks pretty similar. And on the hover, they have the underlining here. So what we will do inside this link, let's go to on hover and change the decoration to this underlining design. So let's go back to preview and see. Well, it looks similar. Good enough for me for this project. Okay, and let's make this column smaller. Okay, so now my head is not feeling very well, so I need to wrap up this video as soon as I can. Strange thing happening to me recently. Okay, so I will make this black. Okay, I will make this bold, and I will add the margin. Then we have already App Store class added here, so we can just open this class and change the colors. Once again, we will be using gradient, so this part will be blue and the other part will be also blue, but a bit lighter blue, like that. Okay, so we need to reduce the padding a little bit, increase it only on upper side of our block like this. Yeah, it looks pretty similar to me. I think that we need to adjust and till we get a similar design here. We need to adjust the width of this brick, align it to the center as always, and it is very close to what we have on Apple's website. I think that it is not black, it is a little bit different color, so I will also apply the color via the class here, probably lead or tungsten even. Okay, tungsten looks similar. Okay, so we're almost ready for our last part of this website, but let's quickly check how it looks here. Okay, tungsten was too gray, and of course it's not important, especially for this video, but I have something in me which always wants me to make things as good as possible. Okay, we're pretty close now, and remember, I'm building this without knowing anything about code. I don't know HTML, I don't know CSS or anything. I'm just using Blocs app here. So this part has the structure. Let's see how it reacts on mobile. So we have 2 on medium and 2 here, and I think on small one it will be 1. Okay, let's quickly switch to SM breakpoint, make this two columns here, and on this one we will have 3 columns. So quickly add the icon. Let's make this file. I will be just using a document, something like this. I will be just quickly building the news and updates, the similar structure here, news and updates. Yeah, I think it is too big, something like that. Let's make this black. Icon is not black, so we will select the icon and make this gray, similar to Apple's website. Well, they have it even gray, even lighter color, so let's quickly change it to nickel. And in a couple of sentences of something, I'm not going to type that. Too tiring for now to do that all. Okay. Something like that, and I will change the line height to 20, so it's not too ugly. Once again, maybe we can change the width for this and also align it to the center. Align this to the center so it is the same. Okay, not text pen color. I need to select this exact P style class and align this to the center. Okay, so last thing, we have the link here. We view the latest. View the latest. So just a couple more efforts and we are going to finish that. Okay, so I'm going to just duplicate this. Oh, not the div. I just selected the div. Instead, I need to select the column and duplicate the column like this. Go to preview in browser. Okay, I don't have this white border here. It means that I need to select this and add the border class. This is the good thing. We can just use and reuse the classes we used in the previous parts of our website, and it looks like apple.com to me. We need to change the color to, it will be our footer. I'm not going to use to build the links in the footer because you get the idea what we have here already. And let's add border as well. I think we have it there on Apple's website. Yeah, we have it here. That's it. That's our Apple's website built without coding in Blocs, and as you can see, it is fully responsive. There are a few things I might want to change. For example, as you can see, I'm just getting lazy here. I need to maybe make this 8 to 2 and a little bit wider. For all other breakpoints, it looks fine. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with what I have here now. I was going to finish because I was kind of tired and I think that it was already done, but I forgot about very important stuff. First of all, I didn't edit any links, so let's quickly edit the links on our Apple developer, apple.com. And it's raining outside, so hopefully it's not too bad for you. So discover, and I'm not here to change actually the links. I'm here to do something very important, and it is to make develop distribute support account. I'm here to actually do very important stuff, and it is of course to make all of these sections clickable. And I know I already done that in the previous video, but I wanted to show you once again how to do that here in Blocs. in this particular video. So I will be selecting something on this column. I will make this, let's try this. I will just do that for one column, and you can do that for all others. So let's select this one. I will get back the design I had using the card title brick. We'll make this black, and I will just add the stretched link to this link. And what it will do for me, if we go to preview mode, you can see that, well, I will quickly create another link here so I can compare card title like that. So if I go to preview mode right now, you can see that I only get the link when I hover over the title of this card. But here, because I added the stretched link, I now get the link for whole card, and it only ends when I go over the border. And yeah, I think that this is all I wanted to show you in this video. And if you want to learn in detail how to build websites in Blocs without coding, just like I did here using Apple's website, check the Blocs master tutorials. And if you have any questions or need help with anything, as always, you can leave them in the comments below. So thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful, and I will talk to you soon in another video. Goodbye.